Get yours, nigga, cause I'ma get mine. Today gon' be a good day. Jack gon' keep it playing from the Genesis. As I'm blowing dope, being broke my only nemesis. Remember when it wasn't all good, I used to reminisce. Felt like I was going through hell with no deliverance. Niggas throwing salt in the game, condoning ignorance. But when it's really in you, not on you, we know the difference. Nigga ain't no willing and dealing, we really killing shit. My brother passed a shooter like Luca, he gave me sentences. Nigga, I was Dennis before you knew what a menace is. Now I just spread love to these bitches, ho, I'm a feminist. Way they running back to the dick, they think they Emmett Smith. No real player gon' break it, that shit be imminent. Yeah. Nigga, we was trapping out the tenement. Niggas ain't hard, they just loud, them niggas impotent. Ain't in it for the glory, my life story is intricate. Don't crash out for the money and watch the niggas you get it with. I say it all, cause I'm past the point that I'ma play with y'all. And as the president, I'ma have to revoke your player card. Don't think the nigga ever was real, and he gon' stay a fraud. Don't think a nigga bluffing is not nothing to break them all. Saquon, ho, it's not nothing to shake them all. The window street clothes in my bed, ho, better take them all. Just get that cheese, breaking that bread, and I can stay involved. You wanna look sweet in my side seat, got to pay the cost.
I got dope and cheese, I'm smoking G's. While I was scaling dope and weed, y'all been yelling broken knees. You gon' do it, baby, do it, gotta hold and squeeze. For real, it's cold out here, one of you hoes gon' freeze. Rob the reverend, call the blessing, hold your nose, don't sneeze. Poop, nigga. Oops, nigga. Pull up in that big shit like I'm too big for that coupe, nigga. Too legit to quit, no, I'm just too legit for you, nigga. Twin Towers feel the power when we speaking, nigga. Coke like I was in the Ghost with Tommy Egan, nigga. If your bitch looks suspicious, she probably creeping, nigga. If you heard the shit before, it's probably me. And don't ask me about no money, I'ma tell you, let me hold something. 60K and debt be walking around like I don't owe nothing. So-and-so got shot up, I just act like I don't know nothing. I call love, but we make a hit and miss a home run. Clean up in the kitchen, we can't have no dirty dishes. Cause it's roaches outside and we cooking if they don't sniff it. Took a shot in the dark, I just went for this shit. Why aim for the stars, go forward and get nothing. Somewhere there's a young nigga on the same thing. Suggested advice, I tell him do better. Baby mom pregnant, I was turning 18. Ain't even focused my mind to getting cheddar. I quit this rap shit, quit chasing my dreams. Fuck it, get money off of hoes and the fiends. Fuck it, get money, then turn around, blow it. If I was my plug, man, I wouldn't even throw it. Maybe I would get money, you know it. Really had the city for some summers with the lows, yeah. Going down the wrong way, niggas getting smoked, yeah. I ain't even tell you about the times I was broke, yeah.
However, breaking news, breaking news, breaking fucking news.
Are you ready for this?
Little nigga, but I'm big hearted. DC, where it all started. Long nights being outside. Got big love for that south side. A lot of dirt get done here. If you don't like us, don't come here. Riding around trying to get money. You don't want it, you a big dummy. Steady scream for the real niggas. Ain't never told, ain't never been. DC just living life, not too far from the president. Couple homies did jail time. They let them off for no evidence. Legal weed in my residence. Hot niggas irrelevant.
I'm light Northeast. Edgewood, 600 block, catch me up top. Posted up by the bus stop, we don't trust cops, we just bust glocks. I be all in the danger zone like CHV, that's in Uptown. DC stand for don't come, you better go. Chuck Brown, free Lolo with Dust Ball. Rest in peace of Pork and Bando. She get lit just like a candle, Jumbo got it top just like Rambo. DC versus everybody, think shit sweet, then make a move. Come around with that bullshit, you gon' leave quick like Larry.
Okay. All right now, much respect to the family. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm doing my show tonight a little early. I believe I'm going to have to go ahead and get a few things taken care of for the night. All right, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everything is going beautiful and wonderful with you. I would like to welcome everybody back to another episode of Smitty's Corner Live. That's right. All right, y'all. So what we got in store for tonight is something that I'm kind of peeping like a little slight trend-ish, you know. I'll just say trend-ish. That's been popping up on my timelines, right? All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have here, right? So, you know, I do hear a lot of talk that is revolved around, you know, protecting Black women, right? So let's go ahead and set the mood here. All right, respect to the family. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The time right now is 7:05 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for watching. All right, now, so this is my thing. I hear a lot of talk about my sisters not being protected. And I'm seeing some very, I would say, disturbing footage. Let me get my headphones. Make sure my sound quality is correct. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm hearing a lot of things that is like real deal going on, right? So I think we need to recognize something that I have peeped that has become very disturbing. Now, I am going to say this for those who aren't hip, okay? So if you're somebody who is a little more sensitive, I guess you can say, to whatever it may be, certain, content, footage-wise, the whole nine, right? If you're that person, then maybe you don't want to watch this. So I at least want to give the disclaimer. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to pull up some things from my timeline. Let me go in here into my little box I have. Okay, so as the thumbnail reads, right, I want to go ahead and start off with that. So I'm going to pull up a news clip. Now, this news clip, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's the way the story is set up. I don't know. Something's not right. Something's not right. Something's missing. Something's missing here, right? So we're going to try to see what we can see here, but you know how it is with the news. The news does not generally give us the full scoop of what it is that's being talked about, but we're going to do the best we can. And I'm just going to show you how I kind of seen a little pattern, trendish, I guess you can say, right? Cool beans. So let's go ahead and get to it. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's listen to this news clip very closely.
As bad as the video
Viewer discretion is advised.
is, it's not exactly what it seemed. Now, this all happened outside of a bar called 350 Terrace. The head of security there says there is much more to this story.
I believe this is going.
Please forgive me, YouTube. Fair use, fair use, fair use. This is being used for educational as well as entertainment purposes. Strictly fair use, fair use, fair use.
On our 6th year.
He's a mountain of a man.
6'5", like around 380.
To be clear, Devin Watson is not the one punching women in the video.
I'm a lot more calm-headed and able to de-escalate situations. A lot of men aren't like me.
He was there, though.
Now, I want us to pay attention to something that's being said here. Now, everything that we're looking at, these aren't actual, police officers, although they are in the category of law enforcement, right? So these people, police officers themselves only have a certain degree. I believe they have been extending it, right? But police officers themselves only have a certain amount and degree of training when it comes to really, really hostile circumstances, right? So it's a little crazy how all of it works out. And it's only crazy because you have people who are acting as such at the moment, right? It's a bunch of chaos and things that disorderly, but you also have the aspect of officers aren't really equipped and trained to handle and take care of these circumstances. So let's go ahead and see more of what we got. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's rock out.
Sunday when it went down. He runs security for 350 Terrace, downtown Detroit off Madison. He says it started when one woman in the group was turned over.
Now, Your boy right here. Your man's right here in the mask. All right, this is the all right, yeah. Let me just let it play because it gets wild.
Away from the bar for a fake ID.
After that, they kind of got belligerent and got very violent, were cussing, swearing.
And it spiraled from there.
Another one of her friends approached me and punched me in the face.
Now that was bold. And that's when our masked man comes into the picture. Do you know this guy?
No, I have no idea who he is. He was doing a complete different detail for someone.
What? A complete different detail. So basically, they are a part of, I guess, one subcontracted group. They don't know who Cuz is. So let's just go.
Somebody that felt like they needed security in the club, a celebrity or whoever it was, and we have no affiliation with them whatsoever.
Devin says his people would never have handled it like this.
We talk our people down and de-escalate situations before it ever has to lead to us putting hands on anybody.
The women scooted out of there quick. We don't know how hurt they were, and no one knows the right hook. What do you tell this guy?
No one knows the mystery man with the right hook. No one knows who the mystery man was. So he did all of that. Like, see, my whole thing is, I think we all know, right? Now, I don't do the club scene, but you know, I am familiar. I have been, of course, right? Performed at them, things of that nature. So here we go. When incidents like this take place, that you see right here, that take place, that whatever takes place, that group has to then give a report, just like any witness, any regular civilian has to give a report. How did all of that take place and no one knows who he is? There should have been a clear, detailed report on who that individual is. Why is that not known publicly? Everything else about this story is known publicly thus far, right? How come no one knows who? So after the fight, did he just get in a car and leave? Did he stay on the scene? Do you see how many things come into mind? How, like during this time, how long did it take from when this started to the moment when actual police officer, law enforcement showed up, right? How long did all of this take place? Now, these are the things that I am trying to figure out, because this just one of them things that make you scratch your chin and go, something's not right here. Let's listen to the last bit.
That, you know, is now going to be viral.
We got to do better. We got to do better. It's sending a wrong message.
Yeah, I mean, you know, do better is one thing. Do better is one thing. How did somebody be able to do something like that? And now I believe this is, I mean, I'm looking at it. This should be like what, the next day or something? I don't believe this was the same day. Could have been. I don't think so. The way it's set up, the way he's dressed, looked like it's his day off. They called him up there, contacted him prior, you know, one of those whole, you know, PR moves, right? Okay. Shoot. So when we think about it, honestly, like that's when I'm like, something's not right. Who is this guy and how was this able to happen? Beats me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this next video here. All right, so this next one here is a you know something. Let me go ahead and go to this because I'm just trying to think of, you know, something, because I'm a little nervous about that one video. I can't even front. I'm a little nervous about it. So I think I just might go ahead and switch that up. Okay. All right, y'all. So this is what we got right here. So let me go ahead and go to this. Yeah, I'm gonna hit my playlist. So as I hit my playlist, I have a video that I want to pull up. But what we're going to do is, as always, let's just go ahead and take a very quick commercial break. Let me see what I got right here for us. Let me see what I got right here. All right. Yeah, let's just take a quick commercial break. And this commercial break most definitely is brought to you by, just take a moment for yourself. Okay, y'all. All right, so I have two options here. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go with option number one. So let's go ahead and look at this right here. Wait. All right, so yeah, I want both of these daggone videos because both of these are ridiculous. All right, so we're gonna go with this first one right here. So this right here is a video I would like to title the best way to go ahead and ruin vacations, right? So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this, because it's a lot of talk about, how do people conduct themselves when out in public, the whole nine. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right. I appreciate everybody for tuning in from the IG side all the way to the YouTube side. Thank you for watching. All right, y'all. So let me do this. I want to exit out. Now I'm going to pull this up. Hold on. Bow. All right. There we go. All right, so, I almost forgot how detrimental and important it is for people like myself to go ahead and get us and keep us real hip to how we should be conducting ourselves when out in public. Orlando's, what is this? Orlando Studios. Yeah, Universal Studios. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got, people. The time right now is 7:18 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. I thank you all for watching. This is crazy. Let's go. Let's see how this ends.
24th, 2024, police were called to Universal Studios in Orlando to deal with a crowd of disorderly guests.
Boss man, can I show you a picture of my ID? I have my ID with me. I just can't.
I'm going to give you guys the classic when somebody is off their rocker when it comes to the sippy sip, right? So when somebody off their rocker, I'm going to pause it when they do this motion. When you see this motion, they drunkish.
Juan Carlos? There you go. You have it right there. Yeah, so he's definitely. So what's the problem? I don't understand. Buddy, the
Bow. Bow. You see the hands? You see the hands? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that right there. When you see him hit the one of them, nah, they gone. He gone. He is gone. Let's go ahead and keep on looking. He off his chain.
The problem is that we've heard multiple.
Look how long he holding it.
Times where we have cameras on it saying that you shouldn't pee outside. You pee like where you weren't supposed to. All right. All right. So what we're doing from there? No, we're getting your information. All right, and we're picking you out. All right. That's what we're doing. Plain and simple.
Now, this is the thing I really want to point out as well. What makes this situation so sad is I want us to pay attention. So this is a couple of, this is a group of three. All right. So this group of three consists of two men. All right. Let's repeat that. Two men and one woman. Let's see how it turns out and why. That's the part I want to break down. So we're going to diagnose this. Let's get it.
All right, and then we also heard. Look, you know, we're not.
We also heard what?
You guys have. Okay, we heard that you guys, your group is being disorderly right now. You're the one that did what you shouldn't have, right?
Can you see the video?
Okay, I'm not showing you anything. You guys aren't. I'm not showing you anything.
We never did any. We never did any.
If you have video, you can bring up the video and show
me. If you show the video, we'll walk out.
All right.
We never did any of that.
So can I get my refund back?
You can talk to guest services if you want. That's not my department. My department.
Bruh, you can't get a refund for alcohol that you buy that you didn't open from a regular liquor store. Y'all got all kind of open cans and stuff in your hand talking about, can I get my refund? Nah, I don't work like that. I've had rooms booked. I've had flights booked and stuff. You don't get no refund if you don't go. Speaking of that, yes, you all definitely. Ooh, I'm glad I said that. I'm definitely going to be doing my travel vlogs. That is definitely still on the way. Let's just say I got a little tricky little road to redirect the flight. Let's just say I gotta redirect the flight, but yeah, we on our way. That's still on the way, so don't mind that. Yeah, but I'm just saying, what is going on with this right here? Okay, so look, people, as I scratch my head, because I'm trying to understand something. Why don't people recognize that when you are in certain environments, there's a certain way that you're supposed to conduct yourself? But you know what? Unfortunately, not everybody has something we call table manners. Let's go.
Security.
Patrick. Yeah, I will.
You talk to get service. Remember,
can I get my ID back, please?
When we're done with your ID, we'll get it back. All right, the officer.
Yeah, he gone. He gone. He said, "Can I get my ID black?"
All right, you guys need to all start walking towards the exit. You're all trespassing from Universal Studios.
Trespass. We just bought a ticket.
What are we trespassing? I bought the ticket. So what are we trespassing?
All right, right here. I'm going to repeat it. It's 2 men and 1 woman. Let's see how this coast out. All right, this is video number 1 out of 2. All right, we're going to enjoy ourselves this evening. Let's rock them.
Private property.
What are you talking about? I bought his name under his name. Hold on. Here. Hold on. I have his name. Literally, his whole.
Why is she still talking? The only reason why I'm saying this is because the last thing you want is your drunk Spanish girlfriend to be in the middle of some police stuff. The men, first and foremost, speaking to other men, officers, should be addressing. The men should be capable to be able to handle this situation. They should be on some like, nah, you just stay back. We got it. When we need you to show the little proof, look, I ask you for your phone when needed. Babe, chill. All right. We're going to diagnose this. All right. On how things can go array when you don't handle it the right way. So let's go.
What are we trespassing? Look.
What's the problem? Then I find out.
Hey. No. Hey, baby, give me your ID. Baby, give me your ID. Hold on. Hey, look.
Okay, come on, guys.
I have his ID. Hold on.
Hey, guys, let's go. Let's start walking towards the exit. Okay? Here, start walking towards the exit.
For real, like that? Y'all accept our.
Talking about? I bought his name.
Okay, here, let's walk this way and you can talk. And you can tell me about it.
Supervisor.
Okay.
My supervisor. No. I don't want to no police.
Okay, he's trying. Okay, I see you, hubby. Okay, he's trying right here. Let's see what happens. All right.
Supervisor.
Okay.
As supervisor. I just want
at the exit is a supervisor.
No.
Can I please speak to a supervisor?
That right there, I'll give it to him right here. I'll give it to him right here in this moment. Fellas, that is how we're supposed to handle that. That's exactly how that should go. Let's look at it again.
I just want
at the exit is a supervisor.
No.
Can I please speak to a supervisor?
At the exit, you will speak.
Okay, boom. Now you would think so far so good. I'm sitting here, I'm saying to myself, okay, all right. Even though he got a couple, in the system, maybe this is going to work out. Let's see how it goes.
I don't understand. I pay my tickets. I don't understand what's going on.
You don't. All right. So boom, the mistake there. Of course they don't have to yell at her, but she's yelling. Their job is to make the rest of, because there's people all around you guys. Their job is to make sure that everybody else feels safe. You don't tell them, believe it or not, right, to not yell. Now, of course, respect gets respect. Don't matter you an officer or not. But I do recognize, right? I recognize where they are right now. Orlando Studios, all of the other, come on now. They not going to have them feeling uncomfortable. Okay? They're not at Six Flags. All right? This is Orlando Studios. So we got to recognize that. So do you know how you help out your woman, bruh? Get her to stop yelling so they don't yell at her. Don't start yelling at them with her now, because to them, it's just more extra loud voices. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to pipe y'all down. You need to get her to chill. I ain't going to say under control. We all know certain words. Get your home, you know what I'm saying? Get baby girl to chill. Get her to relax. Tranquilo, prima. Okay? Prima, por favor, tranquilo.
He doesn't have to yell at us. You guys, he can walk on his own way. Listen.
See, right then and there. Mama, tranquila. Seriously, tranquila. You're doing too much. Now, see, this is where we see how things start to shift.
Disrespecting us. I paid money.
Hold on a sec.
Exactly. Let me talk to him. Baby, let me talk to him. I got all your names on my phone.
Okay.
Now you messing up, bruh. Don't let her talk to them. She's fired up. Now law don't matter. Nothing, the rules of the premises don't matter. None of these things matter at this point. You don't let her talk to them for that reason, because she's stirred up. Plus, just out of being protective as a man. No, you should always be on the front line of that. This essentially to other men, I'm going to let you know, fellas, it looks like normally your girl got to fight your battles for you because you're not capable of handling it. She knows she got to, I got this because you're going to say something stupid. That's a problem. Let's go.
Oh, go ahead.
Start walking towards it.
I will walk with you.
Come on.
Let me walk with you.
Do not touch me.
I won't touch you
Walk
then.
this way. You don't touch.
See how I keep doing that? That's that drunk motion. I'm serious. It is. That's that drunk motion. Bruh, get her out of there. Why? Because if you don't, y'all not going to make it out of there. You need to stop her so that you all can just keep going. Listen, whatever dispute you have is something called the court of law. Like, will it be maybe lengthy? Would you probably have to wait like some weeks or a month or so, finally get your, maybe so. But is it worth going through any and everything else that possibly could happen? I mean, really. So I think we need to really take time and think about that. What? Hey, listen though, below low. All my brothers are told that we need to go down to South America and get one of them because they better. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
Let's just walk this way then. Come on.
Touch you.
Come on.
Go.
Yeah, I can hear you from here, that part, right? I can hear you from here, that part.
Go.
walking.
Hombre. Go ahead.
Start
What?
walking.
So what?
Okay.
I have
Go.
everyone's names on my card, on my phone.
Thank you.
I have
Let's walk
everyone's
this way.
ID.
Let's walk this way.
I
I'm
have
listening.
everyone's ID.
Okay.
So what's the problem?
Okay.
Problem is this is private property, and that's
What
it.
is problem?
You guys have
We have
very.
paid.
what?
He should not be talking to the officers. His only focus, me personally, what? I'm better at putting hands on you for now. I mean, real talk, fam. But like, listen, my whole thing is this. He should not be talking. I'm not, this is for my fellas, to the men. He should not be talking. A situation like this, don't be talking to the officers. Get your girl. Stop her by all means necessary, because that will help de-escalate. Her voice being all raised up, screaming, arms flailing, whatever it may be, it does not help. And then you going at the police too does not help. You just exacerbating it, bro. Let's go.
Let's just walk. You guys aren't listening.
We're walking. Mom said, can you explain to us? Can you explain to us?
My arm would be around her and we would not even be looking back. I'd be like, and the whole time we walking, I'm right in the air. Don't say nothing. Don't just no. We good. Just no. We out here. No. Just keep on going. How you doing, Miss Katie? All right. Just shut up and keep on. Just come on. No. We are. I know. Stop. Turn around. I know you want to go ahead and say something. Don't do nothing. We all right, babe. We all right. All right, let's just go. Hey, how you doing? All right. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, just play it off. We're gonna get to the car. We're gonna handle it. That's how you're supposed to go about that. You don't let her keep talking. You put your arm around her and you be like, babe, come on. No, we getting up out of here. Listen, they didn't say stop, you're being detained. They just said leave. Let's leave before they say stop, you're being detained. We don't want to be detained. Look at how pretty it is outside. You want to go get something to eat? We can do anything we want, but not in jail. Let's not go to jail. You're supposed to be in her ear.
I already did. I'm not arguing with you guys. Just keep on.
2 men, 1 woman.
No. All right, so this is what's going to happen. You guys keep walking.
I'm walking.
Okay, just keep
walking. I need your ID number.
It's called a badge number.
Stop one more time, they're going. If they stop one more time, they're going.
Now, listen, this is what you need to know. Police officers have something in their training where they are told and they are trained. Once they tell you put your hands behind your back, there is no more negotiation. Everything that's taking place is the negotiation. If they say that, that's it. There is no, they cannot do that, especially with cameras rolling in 2025. The very moment they say any one of them. Now, listen, this is the thing about it that make it tricky. It could be that one officer that's more chill. You see big bald head right here that look like my man that wanted the baby Ruth from the Goonies. I ain't even mean to do all of that, but he does. Didn't he kind of remind you of Cuz from the Goonies from the back? But anyway, he may very well just bust out and be like, you know what? I've had enough. See, at any moment, any of them officers, if they say that's it, what you think all the officer that's talking to you initially is going to be like, oh, now they're good. No, he going to go right along with what his buddy says. All right. So one more game for the win, people. What we have right now is 2 men and 1 woman. All right. 2 men, 1 woman. The time right now is 7:34 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. Thank you all so much for watching. Much respect to the family. Now she start talking. Now here go the men following behind. Instead of leading, instead of being in a more stoic, I would say, poised, you stay calm, help keep her calm. You don't then raise your voice, and I always give the example. If there's a mouse in the house, me and my wife, we're in the kitchen. Mouse runs across the floor because we have land, right? Mouse runs across the floor. and she hops up on the table, go, yeah, and she's screaming, right? I can't then hop up on the table with her and then hug onto her and we both cheek to cheek. It's not gonna work. I don't see. Now, you know, it was something I was listening to that was speaking about matching energies. And you know, I was saying it. I'm sitting up here, I'm just like, yo, like, I'm not about to match that energy. So that's the main thing that I think about with that. Like, don't you match that woman's energy and get to doing what she's doing. Maintain your position, brother. Maintain your position. Hold your frame. Hold your frame.
You bald head ass. Dangerous shit. Was that again? Yeah, touch me. You better move. You better move.
And you're gonna win that fight. How? So listen, let's just say you get like a real good boom, like you get a good one in. I'm talking about it twists, it's flush. You get a good one in. I bet. What after that? What after that? Watch this. You get your good one in, right? You see all that she talking? I bet you while your ass is locked up, she gonna be with your homie or somebody else. So you doing, listen, we need to think. So you're doing all of this right here, but then at the end of it all, you know what's going to take place? You're going to get one and she's going to be like, yeah, babe. And then, yeah, 9 times out of 10, you know, she'll be at your court date and everything. That's assault on an officer, bro. You're guaranteed to get some time. And then you're in Florida, I believe, Orlando studios. You're in Florida, maybe Cali. Both of them not good. We need to think about these things, people, right? 2 men, 1 woman. Let's see how this works out.
You better move.
You know what I think as well? I believe that possibly the liquors, the sun mixed with the liquor in Florida starting to kick in. So yeah, they're not all the way there.
Okay. So can you pick up the key and give it to me, please? Can you pick up the key? All right. That's the key. That's our key. Get your key. Okay, can I get my key? Can I get my car key? Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right.
Simple as that. Keep walking. I know. I'm gonna keep walking.
Viewer discretion is advised. This is very dysfunctional. But it's something that's necessary to make sure that we see. You smell me not? Like, real talk though. Like, they don't be thinking. They don't know how that go.
When they say
As long as they keep walking, if they stop, then I say.
All right. Your arm should be around your lady. Your phone shouldn't be in your hand. Bruh, they didn't say y'all going to jail. They just said you got to leave. All you have to do is make it down the street. Just make it down the street. I said, that's all you got to do. I said, just make it down the street. Whatever complaints you got from that. Look, matter of fact, who knows? Once you off the talk shit off the grounds, like right there, you off the property, whatever, pull your phone out. If you want to be stupid, but at least get off the property. Don't say nothing to these people. You're not going to win. It's what? 4 of y'all? Endless numbers of them. They can call SWAT if need be. They have access potentially to the military if it gets that bad. You're not winning. What is the point? Leave. Go and put something on your stomach, sober up, you know what I'm saying? Take a nap and then call a lawyer. But at least you're free to do it. Let's go.
As long as we keep walking, we good, right? So can I get your ID number? Can I get your ID number? Nah, I'm walking.
It's called a badge number. All right, let's go.
I'm walking. Can I get your ID number? I'm walking. Am I walking?
but you're walking facing the wrong way. You're facing the wrong way. I don't understand. Much respect. What's going on? I see you, Alkaline. It's good to see you. All right. All right. My Puerto Rican brother. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, you know, if anybody feels, boom. Because we got 2 videos to do. This is the first video. I got another video that's worse. The next video is worse. And on multiple levels. Like it's a sick video. So viewer discretion is advised. You may want to stick around, you may not, but I'm gonna let you know. Let's get back to this. You see the direction he's facing? Is he walking? Yeah, he's walking. But guess what? He's walking ass backwards. No, literally, because the direction he needs to go is the direction that his ass is facing. He's literally the definition of walking ass backwards. Let's go.
Or not? Look, all right then. Can I get your ID number, please?
Hey, when I come tomorrow, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit.
All right. And with that being said, everybody, let's go ahead and welcome up my buddy Alkaline. What's going on, Alkaline? How you feel, brother?
No, Smitty, long time no see. It's good to see you, brother. You need to talk me off this ledge. You need to talk me off this ledge, man.
I ain't mad at you, Alkaline. How's your day been before we go ahead and get back to the video? In a nutshell, briefly, how's your day been?
No, my day's good, man. My day's good.
Good.
I went to the doctors. You know,
okay.
I had to do that.
Good.
I got my daughter from school, and we spent some time talking.
All right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
She told me about her date today, Smitty. She's 18 and she's going out on a date. And I have to be nice, Dad.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the floor for a moment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying she's just going on a date. I'm the last boy she went on a date with, he broke her heart. So it's like I'm very protective of her. I'm not really mad. She's a smart girl.
Just don't be AR protective, just because it's a date. Use that.
You mean what I'm wearing, what I'm holding there? Yeah, that's how protective I want to be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Ease it down just a little bit, Dad. Just a little bit, okay?
Yeah, no. I trust her, Smitty. I trust her. I just wanted to make fun, and I haven't talked to you in a while.
Oh man, you know
how jokes. I know you'd get a fun, a chuckle out of that.
I mean, come on now. I mean, we're both dads. I mean, I'm a father of a daughter myself. I have one daughter. I mean, so it is what it is. Trust me, I understand. I'm not at that point yet of the date yet, but when it does come up, I'll go ahead and have my hot dogs and blenders ready. I always said that. No, I'm serious. I'm just gonna have a talk with him, man. I'm just gonna ask him how's everything, what is his intentions, and the whole time, for no apparent reason, I'm just gonna be blending hot dogs in a blender.
Oh yeah,
so, we take my daughter. So how long y'all gonna be out? That's right. That's right.
Yeah. My thing is, I talked to him respectfully. I told him, listen, this is precious cargo. Make sure she gets home safe. That's what I told him at a reasonable time. I told him that I told her 12 o'clock midnight, no later, not 11:59 and 59 seconds.
But you need to do it while doing stuff like mulching, like trees and stuff.
Well, see, here's the thing. I had my 9mm on my side, and when I shook his hand, I made sure I damn near broke a bone. I gave him a very firm handshake.
Basically, you played a game of mercy. You played mercy. That's all. You played mercy. I remember that. Play some mercy.
My daughter's smart. She's not gonna be.
Well, look. How about this? All right. As two dads, let's just think about if this right here was our daughter.
Shit, I paid for it.
If you come back, you'll go to jail.
Hey.
Trespass. You come back, you'll go to jail.
She's about to go to jail.
Hey, let me stop.
She stopped one more time, she's going to jail.
Okay, right there. Did y'all hear that part? If she stops one more time, she's going to jail. The very moment any one of those officers says it, she's going in. Anybody who tries to intervene at that point is going with her. No questions. That's just how it's going to go. I'm not saying this as far as like I'm just saying as far as like when you're outnumbered. Like, can you win in this particular moment? No. Can you get them on the back end? Yeah, probably so. Beat them through the law. See, right now they have the law on their side. There's nothing you can do. All right. Let's rock out. I got you in a second, Alkaline.
No. Let's watch this. I'm good with you.
What y'all doing? Y'all see what y'all doing? First one, have a good time. We got.
Yes, we all do. We all do see what they're doing, but they're doing what they're doing because you and your mans, two men can't control one woman enough to keep her from having that happen to her. You're not protecting her. This is happening because you're being how she is. Thus, they're now looking at it as it's 4 women out here. Because Shorty in the green skirt is with them too.
Y'all think that shit cool?
Yeah, I tell you what's not cool with you acting the way you acting and not doing what you need to do to make sure that everything is sufficient right now. You need, both of you as men need to be locking this down and making sure that all 4 of y'all make it out there safe, period. I don't want to hear nothing else. And there it is. That's it. That's it. That's it. You could have just left. You could have just left. Now, everybody's going. Out of all of y'all, who going bond who out? Who getting who out? Everybody in there. Everybody's going.
You're under arrest. Put your hand behind your back. You're under arrest. Put your hands right back. John, you for real? You got your cuffs. You for real? You a straight. Yo. You a straight. Yo.
Nah, it's not about that. It's about the simple fact that all you guys had to do was just pay attention and read and have situational awareness.
Exactly.
What I'm speaking about specifically, forget if the officers are right, wrong, whatever. Situational awareness. All them white folks around, they not about to let y'all get away with nothing over there. Do what you got to do, get up out of there, and take it out on the back end. Let's go.
Yo, get it? You need my cuffs, you good. All right. I'm not even touching up. You a straight, yo. We ain't even do anything. I'm a woman, you stupid ass pussy ass. I'm a pussy.
Now that I use Monday service.
We're going to fast forward through this. What do you have to say so far, Alkaline, before we get to this next video?
Here's the thing. That whole situation could have been de-escalated and not by the police. It should have been de-escalated by the guys.
Right.
Plain and simple. It's not about controlling your woman. All right.
Right.
That's a big misnomer there with a lot of people. A lot of females take it the wrong way. It's not about controlling your woman. It's about de-escalating this particular situation. And if you have to grab your woman and basically pull her away, look in her face and say, not now and not here, then that's what you do. You do not escalate to what we just saw there, because technically I didn't see the police do anything wrong. And I am not one for the police. I believe in auditing every last one of these mothers. You know what I mean? I believe in auditing every cop, reevaluating why they went and joined the force, reevaluating whether they should keep the badge or not. Give them a psych eval every year. That's how hardcore I am. But we cannot deny that they are under a bit of strain when it is up to them to protect the public. Protect, mind you, air quotes. And they are in danger. I'm not going to deny that. But if you're going to let a situation like this escalate to what it just turned to, you're just as at fault, if not more so, than the girls were. And that's my truth, Smitty. That's my truth. You cannot let it get that out of hand. You do have the ability to control that situation. You grab your woman and you walk away and you exit stage left. That simple.
Absolutely. So let's just look at just a little bit more of this, and we ain't going into the interrogation. We're just gonna let them walk them in. We're going to get to the next video because this next video is the one I really want to speak about. You guys know how I do. I just like to kind of get us warmed up. Let's go ahead and see what we got.
I never tensing up. Stop tensing up, bro. You're doing it to yourself.
And
that's some bitch shit right there, man. You wouldn't catch me screaming in a police station like that, man.
Now you screaming. You had your phone out. You were so tough. That's all it took. That's all it took to bring it up out of you. You see? So this is the things we need to pay attention to, people. Don't do it that way because it won't work out for you.
It will never work out for you.
No, it's just not. It's just really not.
Whether you want to believe it or not, the police is the biggest gang in the United States.
No, that's
you really think you're going to get over? Think again.
Nope, you're not. You're not. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to move to this next video. This video, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how many people heard of this, but I was floored. Now, you want to know the main reason why I was actually kind of, I guess you can say, thrown back for real, Alkaline? Because I'm saying to myself, what was the reason? I want you to just remember, that's my question when it comes to this. What was the reason behind why you did what you just did? So let's go ahead and get to it, all right? And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. We're going to go ahead and do our quick commercial break. And this commercial break is brought to you by Friendships and Kingdoms.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, everybody. Forgive me, I'm trying to get a little dinner in my system. I only eat one meal a day, so this is around my time. This story is very, very disturbing. So let's go ahead and look at this. Let's try to see what's going on with this. And let's rock out.
Community is left horrified and outraged when a woman with profound intellectual disabilities is discovered pregnant at her care home in Geneva, Illinois. Kane County detectives launched an urgent investigation, confronted with the grim task of unmasking a predator hidden among the very staff entrusted to protect her. The following is based on official police records, and some of the following footage has never been seen before. According to their website, the Markland Center is a nonprofit organization providing care for adults with severe developmental disabilities. Multiple news sources state that Kate, a 43-year-old resident with Rett syndrome, who was unable to speak, stand, or use her hands, was
non-capable of speaking, standing, or using hands. Basically, bedridden. Let's listen to what they found out.
discovered pregnant during routine medical tests.
What? Hold on.
Developmental disabilities. Multiple news sources state that Kate, a 43-year-old resident with Rett syndrome, who was unable to speak, stand, or use her hands, was discovered pregnant during routine medical tests. Investigators with the Kane County Sheriff's Department compiled a list of all male employees who had access to her in late summer 2023, interviewing each one and collecting DNA samples.
Hey.
Good, yes.
Yes.
Time breakfast. This is Brandon. We're both.
Come on in.
Thank you.
Mike's muted.
What are your thoughts so far while we get through this commercial?
First of all, that's heinous, beyond heinous. Wow. I mean, to take advantage of somebody you're supposed to be taking care of, and this is why I say human beings are deplorable creatures. Yet I try to find solace in the fact that there are a few of us that are worth the effort.
Okay. So with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted. Let's get back to the video and let's see how this turns out.
Very serious happens.
And you're not in any trouble.
No, I really enjoy my job, and the fact that, sorry.
No, it's okay.
The thought of that happening is very troubling and upsetting.
Okay. And like I said, nobody has accused you of anything.
No, I'm 100% aware. It's sorry.
No, you're okay.
I'm not crying for myself. I'm upset for the rest.
It's okay.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed like anybody else acting strange around them, or anybody that shouldn't be in their rooms?
No, I mean, we are very. I mean, we don't open the door for everyone. And as for staff, I mean, before this incident.
What you think? You think it was an outsider or insider?
I don't have enough information yet.
All right.
Then I never thought anyone would do something like that.
That was kind of one of our other questions. Is there anybody you would think would be capable of
I would have never have thought this would happen at Markland's.
Okay.
Before they move on to question other employees, he leaves them one urgent request.
Catch the bastard.
After speaking with several more employees, investigators are left with no clear leads. However, they do learn that prior to the COVID pandemic, only female staff typically cared for female residents, a policy one employee said changed due to staffing shortages. Investigators move on, next meeting with former employee, 22-year-old Isaiah Fields.
How you doing? Good. You want to go in or just talk out here?
Whatever you want.
How'd fights go? I heard you were out there fighting in Chicago.
Yeah, I was fighting in the Golden Gloves tournament.
How'd it go?
Pretty good. I lost by decision in the finals, but I was like I had him chicken legging, so
okay.
I'll see him again, you know.
All right, good. Good for you, man.
Rivalries, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
After briefly meeting Isaiah's mother, they head to the basement to speak in private.
So there was, an incident that happened there involving one of the residents. If you can just tell me kind of what when you worked there, what's the dates that you worked there?
Like early August to but definitely sometime in September.
Okay, early September, late September, you think?
I honestly don't remember. It was still warm outside, so
okay,
maybe
early to mid-September.
When you were working there, what were your job duties?
I was with the PSP.
PSP. Okay, I've heard that talking to people. They've said that before.
The personal support.
Okay.
But I was mainly in training the entire time I was there, so I technically didn't have any like duties that I had to do really on my own.
Okay.
So everything I did was shadowed by another person.
Okay. So you're always with somebody for the most part?
Like 90% of the time.
Okay.
Unless someone like left early or like
okay,
like one of the managers that were out shadowing had to go do whatever, you know.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Did you ever have any problems with anybody? Did you ever see anybody that you thought was a little off? Like another, especially a male employee, you know, anybody that you thought like something, this guy's made some statements or he said something, or just the way his interaction was with the residents?
Not that I know of personally, honestly.
Okay.
I didn't stay there long enough to get you know,
chummy with anybody.
After leaving Isaiah, investigators meet with another employee who brings up a familiar name.
Is it true that she delivered the baby?
Is it true? I'm not divulging anything. It's an open investigation.
Okay.
So I can't go into details about that.
Okay.
I can't.
Can I ask you about a certain individual that may have?
Yeah.
Isaiah Fields.
That's who we just talked to.
Yeah.
So we just came back.
Though the employee doesn't explain why he suspects him after all the swabs are collected and processed, a DNA test comes back positive for 22-year-old Isaiah Fields.
Come on, bruh. I'm sorry, I was on mute. Come on, bruh. Are you?
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
You can't get nothing. You do boxing and Golden Gloves tournaments and all of this. You're on mute. You're on mute, Alkaline. Oh, okay. He's on the phone, I think. This is what you had to do, bruh. Now, let's just see. I mean, even though they said the DNA swab came back positive, goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh.
On May 10th, 2024, he's brought into an interrogation where he waits for questioning to begin.
Yeah, these chains hurt. Please, Lord Jesus, don't come to me. Please, Lord Jesus, if you really bless me. Please don't leave me trying to get.
Look, let me just say this. Let me say this, all right? Can y'all please stop bringing God into y'all bullshit? Were you praying to Jesus while you were stroking that woman that could not defend herself? Sir, it's just a question. Did you pray to Jesus then? Matter of fact, did you pray to Jesus for you not, to help you withstand from committing such a heinous act? Did you actually pray to Jesus before? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to something, right? I want to go ahead. I just want to slide back and I want us to look at something real quick, right? I want us to look at something. I want us to look at this right here. This is very important. See, this is a thing people don't think about. These are things people don't think about, right? So let's go. Bow. Look at the home he comes from. He ain't in the hood. All right. Now let's go ahead and fast forward. Let's fast forward. We fast forward and he is here. Right? Hold on. Bye.
Now we got to go help.
1 second. All right. So now we fast forward. Forgive me, y'all. And as we move forward, where do we see him now? See, the thing is, I just want to know, did you thank Jesus, I guess, every day? Did you thank God every day for being able to be where you are, to being able to live how you live? I don't know. I wonder. So watch. Let's go ahead and see this right here. So now we look and we fast forward. Lord.
Questioning to begin.
Yeah, these chains hurt.
Yeah, the chains hurt. Yeah, they do. You ain't used to having them on. Yeah, they hurt. They're not supposed to be comfortable. Those ain't the same chains as like the rappers wear. Although a lot of rappers wound up in them, unfortunately nowadays. Or worse. Let's listen to him. Let's listen to where he came from and where he is now. I know all about that life.
Please, Lord Jesus, come to me.
Please, Lord Jesus, can you come to me? I bet you that woman was screaming, please, Lord Jesus, come to me, while you was probably doing what you was doing. You see? Now you beg for the mercy. It makes it so tough.
Because I hate you coward ass niggas. You a punk ass nigga.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Same children. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets.
Like, bruh. And see, this is why I say again, continuously, I swear on life, majority of these people I do not claim. I don't claim these niggas as I would word it. But anyway, Alkaline.
I'm sorry about that, Smitty. I just got that phone call. I didn't mean to interrupt stuff, but when we're done with this, I got to ask you a question. But let's get through this.
Oh, man, have you been listening? You know what's going on?
That's how come I wanted to go through this, because I was on the phone, so I missed out. I know that they went back to Isaiah because the other guy was saying.
I'm just going to go back to this point right here, okay? So they went to Isaiah, all right? Boom. And we'll just go back this far for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
His interaction was with the residents?
Not that I know of personally, honestly.
Okay.
I didn't stay there long enough to get
chummy with anybody.
After leaving Isaiah, investigators meet with another employee who brings up a familiar name.
Is it true that she delivered the baby?
Is it true? I'm not divulging anything. It's an open investigation.
Okay.
So I can't go into details about that.
Okay.
I can't.
Can I ask you about a certain individual that may have?
Yeah.
Isaiah Fields.
That's who we just talked to.
Yeah.
So we just came back.
Though the employee doesn't explain why he suspects him, after all the swabs are collected and processed, a DNA test comes back positive for 22-year-old Isaiah Fields. On May 10th, 2024, he's brought into an interrogation where he waits for questioning to begin.
Yeah, these chains hurt. Please, Lord Jesus, come to me.
This is where we're now caught up. So my point is that I was making. The DNA swab came back positive for you, bruh. That's your kid. You're praying to Jesus right now. Do you think that woman was praying to Jesus as well? Why didn't you pray to Jesus before you did what you did? I don't like when people bring God into moments like this. Although I get it. Who else you gonna turn to? Let's go.
Please, Lord Jesus, if you leave my son, please don't leave me trying to get there.
Never leave your side. Please don't leave me standing, stranded. Do you think that woman felt stranded when you was doing what you was doing and she can't move, can't defend herself?
That woman's a prisoner of her own body, and she's entrusted. Her health is entrusted in your hands, and this is what you do.
And now you pray for mercy.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Lord Jesus.
Investigators enter and read his Miranda rights.
Let me just start by asking, do you have any idea why you would be there right now? Okay, no clue? Okay. You know why I talked to you before, right? About the Markland stuff. So, You just
It was a case of Mark.
okay. Okay. So what I would like to ask you, what we would like to know, if you could go over again, when you worked there for that, just basically a month, wasn't that long? What your training was like and what it was like after training, like what your job duties were. If you can just go over that again, I would appreciate it.
For most of the time that I was there, was just training, like the release. We just sat in a room and watched videos all day. That was it.
However, several employees who trained Isaiah gave a different account, explaining his duties went beyond watching training videos.
And what were your daily activities when you were training him? What were you guys in charge of?
So we're in charge of doing the CNA work, so like getting them up, dressed, changed, and then transferring them to CDS, and then repositioning them, interacting with them, and then doing the same thing, changing them, and then sending them back home.
You're training how to bathe, how to care for them.
Yes.
So that was part of his training as well.
Yes.
But he would.
Which means that he has access to her during the most vulnerable stages of a person, the moments of bathing. The next to taking a number 2, bathing is the most vulnerable moment. You're butt a naked, right? You're the most vulnerable. Probably got soap all in your eyes and everything else. You're not war ready. You see? Let's go ahead and listen. We got one more video after this to go ahead and switch it up. Let's rock out.
You've never been alone.
No.
Something like that.
How do you bathe them?
So we put them in a tub and they have a chair.
Wow.
And they're completely, obviously.
Submerged?
No,
Oh, okay.
No. They're the water is running, or they have what is it called?
They don't fill up the tub. It's kind of like it's like a bath shower.
Like a faucet or a shower head.
So you basically sit not like this, but a chair in a shower, and then you can take it off and spray them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so at some point at the end of your training, were you not with the trainer anymore? Were you kind of on your own schedule during the day?
I forget what they called it, but it was like a probationary period.
Sure.
So like you were always like with someone until you were like considered an actual nurse.
This account is consistent with what his trainers told investigators.
Would you have left him alone, or anybody for that matter, alone for an extended period of time?
You voted for it.
Let's see what we got right here on this last part before we get to this. Because my main thing I wanted to look at on this is, all right, now let me ask you this. What do you think goes through a person's like that mind, Alkaline? Like what's your whole take on it so far?
If it were me, I would try to make the person that I'm taking care of as comfortable as possible.
Mm-hmm.
To get any misgivings or understandings out of the way. Just like because I would communicate. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this.
Right.
Are you okay with this? Whether they can communicate that back or not, or you can see at least some sort of reaction that you can read off of. But I would be trying to make them as comfortable as possible for, whether it be a bath, or there have been times where I'm sick and my wife has to take care of me, and she'd do that for me, and she'd have to talk to me. I'm going to do this for you, honey, this, that, and the other. And I'd say, okay, it made me feel comfortable. So I would try to do that. But it's hard to say. What do you think because obviously you know what this idiot's thinking, but what is that poor girl thinking? I just can't believe someone's taking advantage of someone like that. Let's.
I can. Do I like it? No. Am I disgusted by it? Absolutely. Is it defiling? Absolutely. Do they deserve the worst life has to offer them? Absolutely. And some 10 times over.
Yeah.
But I do know that it happens. Now, let's go ahead and let's get to a more note that I think me and you can relate to a little bit better, right? So, man, how would you say that you've dealt with moments in your life as far as somebody acting too tough with you and not knowing maybe what your capabilities are? Or have you yourself been the person who was just too damn tough and you had to learn one day? What's your take on that?
I've been in both situations.
Okay.
I've been in both where I thought I was the tough guy and got a rude awakening, and then I've been grossly underestimated because of how I look and my size. And to be honest, Smitty, I use that to my advantage because people underestimate people my size.
Right.
You know, and they wouldn't realize that I was as quick or as strong as I ended up being. So
right.
I use that to my advantage, you know, if the opportunity arose. But
okay.
You know, I definitely, there was a time I was 17? I think I was 17, 16 or 17. And somebody was smoking weed in my building. Someone I didn't know. Someone not from the neighborhood, not a part of the clique. So I had words to say.
Okay.
You know, and I told him, and it just happens that right across the street there was a schoolyard. And I didn't invite him. I said, "You're going over there. We're gonna have a discussion right now." And I was going to go over. I went over there, and I had the full intent of beating this boy within an inch of his life. And the guy was my size, and mind you, I'm only 5'5.5". This guy was my size and slender. So I thought I was going to make quick work of him.
All right. Well, let's just see what we got right here.
Yeah.
So this video right here is called When Acting Tough Goes Wrong.
Yeah.
I digress. My mic is muted. Let's rock out.
Timepiece Frosty, that's why you only get one chance to cross me.
Hey, I'm telling
What
him you're not trying to fight.
What you want to do?
All that crying.
Nigga, we can fight right now.
All that
you don't
crying.
know who you talking to. Would you like to go?
Click like. In this video, almighty suspect from No Jumper tried to intimidate a guest. Things didn't go the way he planned. Before we hear an exclusive Trap News Network interview getting rich trappers' response to the situation, let's see what happened.
I want you to realize you've been in jiu-jitsu when a dude realized he's stuck and you got his life in the palm of your hands.
Okay, so we never know who knows what, who is who, or anything else. So let's just see how this goes right here. All right, so let's just go ahead, fast forward.
Hey, it's your boy.
We got a
Almighty.
light-skinned nigga.
You know what we do
Hey.
here. Supposedly, I call niggas with the hard
Nigga, you
R,
said a hard
so the fat
ER.
nigga in the corner
You said a hard
got
ER.
Supposedly offended with some shit.
Now, once again, going back to what it is that I would like to always make sure that I point out over here, if nobody else wants to do it at times, how us as men conduct ourselves. Bruh, what's his name? Almighty Blue Black Suit, whatever his name is. Yeah, you tripping. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, guys like that, I just be looking at them and I'll be like,
God have mercy upon us.
but let's just listen to, like, when you trying to think you too damn tough. This is why, like, you know, I give y'all just enough. But like, this is what happens when folks go overboard. It's crazy.
I ain't offended. I'm just
It's
asking.
imaginary. 'Cause
Hey.
why would I ever call another black man the hard R?
I'm
What
not
are you even
offended, I'm
talking
just
about?
asking. I'm just asking.
Weird
You said
ass
hard
nigga.
ER.
Well, he does have a Cali accent, and they are known to be like Mark. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe the ER kind of came out in the Cali accent. I mean, I'm not lying. I'm not even like being funny. Like, that possibly could have been the case.
Maybe we can try to stay.
What you talking about?
No,
I didn't say no
there it
curse
is.
words. I'm not gonna curse. Hey, you said the hard ER.
You
I
sound
asked you, did you say hard ER? Then you
sound
said
stupid.
some nonsense, and I said maybe it was white blood stirring
Why
up
would
in
you
you.
ask me if I would say the hard ER?
Because
nigga?
that's what you said.
You don't know who you
I
talking
heard it,
to,
and then I
nigga.
asked you, did you slur
That
your
ain't what I
speech?
said,
Then I
nigga.
asked you if you slurred.
That ain't what I said,
I asked you
nigga.
if you slurred your speech.
That ain't what I
and then
said,
you went into
though.
a whole
That ain't
rant
what I
about
said,
whatever
though.
you're talking about.
That ain't what I said.
You
though,
said a
nigga.
hard ER. I heard it.
Who
My
said
ears
a
work
hard
fine.
ER,
You
nigga?
did.
You
You
imagine
did. This nigga right here, this
So,
light skinned
weird
nigga
ass
right
What
here,
is
this high
going
yellow
on
nigga
today?
right here.
This is the thing that, you know, because I don't want too much of this damn argument. I'm going fast forward. Like, don't y'all worry. I'm not listening to too much. I just like to give it a little time play. But I'm just trying to, like, give some context on this to make me understand, Like, why do people operate like this? Like, I don't know. See, because the thing is this, right? One thing I learned off rip, like, you don't know a man, you respect that man. Look, because the respect is the simple fact, I don't know what you're capable of. The mystery of what you possibly can do and who you possibly have connections to by itself is the respect. And the way we just jump out of the window on this one nowadays is absolutely out of this world to me, because I'm just trying to figure out like who raised you dudes, right? But like, respect to the family, let's get it.
Said a hard ER. That's what happened.
Guys, we are live.
I ain't mixed with nothing.
Hey, we're live.
Weird ass.
We are starting the show.
What's wrong with you?
What's going on?
Let me ask you this question, and to the best of your ability, with elaboration, but to a nutshell, so we can keep the video rolling. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very, very difficult. No, 10 being very easy, 1 being very difficult. We'll do it like that. 10 being super easy, 1 being difficult. How difficult would you say it is for a man in a public setting when we feel like as men, another man is like, sunning you, like he trying to, belittle you. How much would you say is easy for us as men to go ahead and humble ourselves and not go overboard to make sure that everybody knows you're not going in front of people with me?
That's not hard at all, man. You can read the room. I can read this room right now. I can read that room, and it's like it wouldn't take anything from me, from me personally. It wouldn't take anything from me just to let it go, let it slide. I'm not taking that to heart. But yeah, let's continue.
Okay, let's go. Let's see what we got. And then I have some questions that I had pulled up for the evening. You can answer these questions with me, because I was going to talk about it with myself, but since you're here, let's rock out.
What's going on, guys? Josh here. We got
some random fat nigga.
Brandon.
We have
our
Almighty
boy
too.
Brandon here, and of course the 6-figure Susker himself, Almighty Suspect. What you guys are jumping into was a conversation that happened literally as we were trying to go live. So if you seem a little confused and off, like you're jumping in, don't worry.
Because this nigga confused and off. That's why it's a stupid confused and off conversation. Nigga asked me if I said the hard R. What the fuck is this weird ass nigga talking to? This nigga crazy. What the fuck is you talking to? Then nigga gonna insinuate because I'm light skinned, I'm mixed or something. And then I went to say, nigga, if I'm light skinned, first of all, there's no white people in my immediate family. And then I went to say, if you're African American, we all do. So what the fuck is you talking about, weirdo? And I never call another black man a hard R, nigga. So watch who you talking to up here, nigga.
Hey,
what's wrong with you?
The nigga so mad it seemed like he said it, don't he? A hit dog gonna holler every time.
Nigga.
I'll never call another
this
black.
What I do
You're
up
not
here.
black. You're high yellow, nigga. You're high yellow, nigga.
Say something
You're high yellow.
You're
black. You're high yellow.
High yellow.
You're high.
There's something I do got issue with, and I don't know if you're gonna understand it, but that bothers me.
Okay, well, you can rock out to it. What do we have here?
About the high yellow thing, man. Smitty, you've heard me talk about it, man. I can see where a motherfucker might get upset. You know how many times people think I'm white. You've heard it plenty of times. People think I'm white. They naturally assume I'm white.
Right.
Nobody knows my backstory. Nobody knows I was raised by black men, Hispanic men. The gang members that I grew up with, and it bothers me to no end when you got, this one calling that one high yellow. What does it fucking matter?
You got to ask the people that have that headspace. I can't give you an answer because I'm not one of them.
Because it ignites a fire within. It ignites a fire within me. I just don't let it. I don't let it be shown and stuff. But it does ignite a fire in me when people call me white. It's not that I don't hate white people. I gave my hate up a long time ago.
Right.
But the feelings I have for not being accepted by the Puerto Ricans, by the Dominicans, and not being accepted by the blacks until I prove myself. Like, damn, it's cumbersome.
Something though, Alkaline, something I would say, us as men, that is just a journey of our life period.
It is.
We always have to prove ourselves. We have to prove ourselves in sports. We have to prove ourselves in academics. We have to prove ourselves on the job. What don't we have? We have to prove ourselves in the dating market. Like what category of life do we not have to? So I would just say that on that note, that's how it's supposed to be. Right. And I don't want us to get
no. I just want you to hear.
But I do no. But I do get what you're saying in the sense of it's very, very frustrating when you're just like, look, you kind of always have to keep going around and trying to extra prove yourself in so many ways. Now, with that being said, it's something that I'm very, very curious about. Very, very curious about. But what we're going to do? What we're going to do is we are going to take us a quick 60-second commercial break. And this commercial break is brought to you by DMV Hip Hop. All right. Now I got some very, very wonderful questions. All right. So these questions are revolved around, just to let you all know, in this day and age, how do we maintain balance? Right. Like real talk, though. How? Right. But we're going to go ahead and get to it right after these quick commercial messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Little nigga, but I'm big hearted. DC, where it all started. Long nights being outside. Got big love for that south side. A lot of dirt get done here. If you don't like us, don't come here. Riding around trying to get money. You don't want it, you a big dummy. Steady scream for the real niggas. Ain't never told, ain't never been. DC just living life, not too far from the president. Couple homies did jail time. They let them off for no evidence. Legal weed in my residence. Hot niggas irrelevant.
Light Northeast, Edgewood, 600 block, catch me up top. Posted up by the bus stop. We don't trust cops, we just bust glocks. I be all in the danger zone like CHV, that's in Uptown. DC stand for don't come, you better go. Chuck Brown, free Lolo with dust ball. Rest in peace of pork and bando. She get lit just like a candle. Jumbo got it top just like Rambo. DC versus everybody think shit sweet, then make a move. Come around with that bullshit, you gon' leave quick like Larry.
All right, let's go. So this is what we got, people. So I got some questions for us for the evening. So let's go ahead and get into it. What I'm about to do is go ahead and set my scenery. Y'all know how I do with the backgrounds. Let's go ahead and get into it while we have us a nice talk. All right, now. So Akalana, are you ready for these questions, sir? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Respect to the family. The time right now is 8:28 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. And I thank you all so much for watching. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, y'all. Question number one reads this. And I'll let you get first dibs on the questions. All right. And then I'll go ahead and I'll tap in right after you on your answer. Question number one reads, all right. What does balance mean to you personally, Alkaline, in the context of modern life? One more again for the win. What does balance mean to you personally in the context of modern life?
For me personally, balance means to be able to deal with all situations that come at you. Life just comes at you. It happens. Be able to deal with all situations that come at you. To be able to deal with it as a number one sober person, as a sane person, and as a sympathetic person, especially sympathetic to your surroundings and what's going on. So that means you need to be situationally aware of everything that's going on. If you're not, you could be at an imbalance real quick. Balance to
Right.
me is not just about, being financially set. It's also being emotionally set. It's also being,
Right.
um, you know, physically your health being set correctly, or at least working on it. Balance for me is a sum total of all those. And if you're in balance, you can be happy. You can be content. I believe
Got
if you're balanced, you'll be content. You'll
Okay.
be satisfied with what's going on with you. So that's my impression.
I like that right there. So I will go ahead, and my response to that would be, when it comes to what does balance mean to you personally in the context of modern life? Balance to me in the context of modern life means not swaying too much one way or the other, in the sense of be an independent thinker. I believe that when you independently think for yourself, that that subsequently creates the balance within you. So I would say the best way to maintain balance today is to definitely always keep your own thought process. Let's go ahead and get to question number 2. Question number 2 reads, what are the biggest challenges you face in trying to stay balanced mentally, emotionally, or physically? One more again for the win. What are the biggest challenges that you face, Alkaline, in trying to stay balanced physically, mentally, and spiritually? So let's just say in its entirety.
Well, for me, I have to make sure that I remove emotion,
Right.
because this is just me personally, but whenever I make a decision based solely on emotion, I usually pick wrong. And that's just a matter of trial and error. Whenever I make a decision totally based on emotion, I usually pick wrong. So I have to make sure that I'm totally calm. I'm not full of raw emotion, and that I try to think about the whole situation logically. And I do that all the time. And mind you, I fail. I fail quite a bit, but I do my best. And there in itself is some balance in that you can see your errors and you learn from them and you try to improve on them. So for me, that's somewhat very balancing to be able to think that way. But yeah, I have to, me personally, I have to take emotion out of it. If that means I need to wait a bit of time to let my body and my heart and my soul just get rid of all that and think logically on something, then I more than likely will come up with a good plan.
Right. Okay. All right. I like that. Let's get to our third and final question before I get my last video for the evening, and just kind of rock out from there. So the final question reads, 1 second. All right. Do you believe that most people operate in the form of balance nowadays in society?
No.
Okay. What's your take on that?
There's too many times that I've personally seen things escalate to levels to which it should never have gotten to.
Right.
Because people have not had balance in their life. And it just takes a little forethought. It takes a little, concentration. It takes a little time to be able to sit down and draw and come up with a solution that doesn't end up as volatile as a lot of things do lately, especially lately. I mean, you see it all over YouTube. I mean, we were just watching something similar to that just a couple minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no, I do not think the vast majority of the public practices balance to the degree where, shit doesn't hit the fan all the time. There are people in control, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people in control, but all you got to do is watch YouTube or listen to the news and you'll see where the balance is like gone, just gone.
Okay.
You see it in the Senate every day, Smitty. You see it in the Senate every day. Those are the most unbalanced mofos I've ever seen.
That is something.
And they are making decisions that affect you and I.
That is true. That is true. All right. So, you know something? Talk about decisions that affect you and I. It's something that you say that I believe that was a very, very good segue for what it is I'm about to present now. What are your thoughts about this right here? Let's talk about it.
News that the verdict is in the state trial of 3 former MPD officers in the beating death of Tyree Nichols. Now, we've been covering this case from beginning till right now, which seems to be the end, as we've gotten word that the jury has reached a verdict. We have not heard that verdict yet. The jury is being seated. The courtroom is being seated. We want to take a live look at the courtroom here in just a second and give you an idea of what it looks like there. This is a live look in the courtroom. Now we want to stop what we're doing and let you hear what's happening in the courtroom right now.
Sir. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you will. All right. Polling the jury. The court will read the verdict as follows. An indictment 2300241, State of Tennessee versus Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith. If counsel would like to stand with their clients. The verdicts read as follows. Count 1, second-degree murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Tadarius Bean, not guilty. Count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Demetrius Haley, not guilty. Count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Justice Smith, not guilty.
What's your take so far? What do you think about that personally, considering we all remember the case? I know you do, right? What's your take on that? Just personally, no emotions needed, but just like as a human. Well, I can't then say nah. I guess they go hand in hand. Never mind. Never mind that. I guess they go hand in hand.
When the whole thing started, something to me smelled of railroading at first.
Mm-hmm.
Something didn't fit, but the sheer the magnitude of the violence that occurred.
Right.
The indignity that was pushed upon this poor individual.
Gotcha.
The sheer brutality of it screamed, what in the holy fuck?
Right. I'll tell you.
I do not have access. This is how come I'm not quick to judge. I do not have access to all the information. And that's the sad part is the general public, all we get fed is what the news gives us. And the news, as you know, will only put out what's indicative of what their agenda is.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
That is damn interesting. Okay. So you believe that the news is not about actually putting out the truth more so than an agenda?
Absolutely. As of late, for sure. It's either far left. There's no in between anymore, man. It's either far left or far right, and both are bullshit.
Okay. So hold on. All right. I like that. I want to ask you a question, Alkaline. What would you do personally in this moment right here? What would you do?
Is
That's all I
about
wanna
to
know.
choke. And the only one who can save him is the detainee.
Are you straight, bro?
A routine arrest until something unexpected happens.
You want to give me the keys? Give me the keys, man. I'm going to help. Help me, man. Give me the keys. I'm going to help you, bro.
The officer is in trouble.
Come on, I got you, bud.
He can't realizes what's going on. Handcuffed and helpless, he offers to help. But first, he needs to be freed. And getting free while handcuffed isn't exactly easy.
I need you up. I need you up now. Hey, I need you up.
Now it's all up to
I need
him.
you up, bro. Oh, man, get up. Hey, I need you standing so I can help you, bro.
The officer is struggling, barely able to get any air.
I got you, man. Stay up with me now. Ow. One more time. I got you.
He did it. The
leopard seal is a carnivorous.
What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that?
That's humanity at its best.
Humanity at its best. Great description. Great description. I like that. Give me
That's
more.
humanity at its best because he could have just left. He could have just left. But he stayed there and helped the one person that was fucking arresting him. That officer, from one human being to another, owes him his life.
And this is what I want to know. I hope all charges were dropped.
Me too. They better
Like real
have
talk.
been, man.
They better have been like real talk. I'm sorry, man. I believe that, yes. All
Yeah,
charges.
for me,
definitely,
it's
yeah.
moments that like that for me. It's
Yeah.
moments like that that make me not lose faith in humanity.
That's
It's
right.
moments like that that make me continue to do what I do. You know, it makes me want to help people out. Even though I've been screwed over so many times, there's that one diamond in the rough that makes it worth it. You know, that one message I get out there that will move forward and help somebody else out. You know, that right there is a perfect example of what keeps me going. That, and of course, my wife.
I ain't gonna lie. What is your take on this right here? What is your take on this? So the backstory on that is
Yeah, I was gonna say I need a little
there was some
backstory.
racial slurs. There was some racial slurs said. He wasn't having it. He's an employee. Those are some of the fans. And basically, he wound up getting spat on. And so he pulled his belt out like dad does, or did. And he went on ahead and went to work.
He was a lot nicer.
Yeah,
than,
he went on ahead and went to work.
Smitty, he was a lot nicer than I was. The last person to spit on me ended up getting curb stomped. His neck opened. His face.
My ground never run, understand to overcome. Golden child God sent me, I'm the chosen one. Understand lone stars, focus like an artist on. Concrete when I write, damn right the hardest one.
You
I
okay?
knew you were saving me from me incriminating myself. Thank you very much.
You okay? You all right? You all right?
Okay. But yeah, he was a whole lot nicer than me.
Okay. All right. That was interesting. So what I like to do, yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
I'm sorry, brother. Sometimes I just like go right over that line, and I don't.
You never know who you're going to meet in on the internet. So this is what we're going to do. I have this last video here. Man, you something else, bro. Yeah, because I got another show I got to do in a little bit, and then I got to get ready for my evening with some company. So look, this is what I would like to know. What do you think about dreams?
Dreams can be prolific. They can be inspiring. They can be terrifying. They can span the whole gambit of emotion. Dreams can. I wish that they can be interpreted down to a science. I really do, because there's a lot of questions I have. But dreams, at the end of the day, for me, is a necessity.
It's a necessity. I want you to tell me what you think about this right here. This is a little take. I want you to give me your review on the take that I did myself. Okay, is that all right?
That's fine.
All right, cool beans. Let's go.
If you prefer.
And shout out to Foxy Moon. You guys make sure you go subscribe. Foxy Moon. Okay. Would that be, yeah, Foxy Moon premieres. Foxy Moon premieres. Make sure you go subscribe. I digress. My mic is muted. Let's listen to what we have here.
Going out at nighttime and doing some or evening runs, right? That's what you could be doing. All right. Or evening bicycling. And in the morning time, there's this meditation going on. For the women, I might be off. All right. And there could be this issue of not wanting to have sex at the moment. All right. Just make sure that your chakras are in line. All right.
Now, you keep your dream
right there with you. So I'll start off with this part of the spiritual part. Like, we speak about spiritual awakening, and I've talked about it before, how we do need to remember that once you have awakened to your spiritual awakening, that you just walk into a door. People think that your spiritual awakening is going to be something comfortable and smooth, and all of a sudden you got all these profound epiphanies. Nah, you're gonna feel lonely. You're gonna think the world is against you. It's going to be very disturbing. You're not going to understand this transformation. And I always use the example of the butterfly
that's cracking through the chrysalis. Little do you know, by the time you see it on that flower on your shoulder somewhere on your yard on a pretty spring or summer day, it had to flap its wings for its dear life. And if it did not crack through that chrysalis, it would die inside of it. Now let's go ahead and let's transform that into what we're speaking about. We're speaking about the transformation of a person growing and evolving within themselves. You can die inside of yourself 1,000 times over if you do not take the time to chase your purpose. Now, see, that's why the spiritual awakening, that point is much more pivotal than anything you've been through before it or anything that's going to happen after it, because it's a direct indication of how the afterlife works. A lot of people don't recognize, like, if we really get deep into it, right? Now, we're just going to stay surface level for right now. So, like, this rabbit hole called the afterlife, it's not just you go and then you're judged and it's up or down. No, it's a series of steps and walks that you go through. And that's exactly what your spiritual awakening is like in your physical vessel. There are multiple levels to actually reaching that state in which it is we feel is our peak. But you know the illusion of it all? There is no peak. There is none. And only those who are able to recognize and tap in and have that third eye open are those who are able to see that that is not where you will ever be able to reach. Thus, no man, no woman is ever to be perfect, but you are always to be so perfect in your imperfections. Right? So when we talk about the spiritual connection of it, the main thing is that a lot of people are not directly connected to themselves. A lot of people, again, they try to look for everything that's supposed to be them from the exterior. And like I always say to land it on this part, solitude for the wise ones is considered to be opportunity. That same solitude for the fool is considered to be torture. Right? So let's not move on to the dreams. I do believe that dreams, from what I'm able to decipher so far in my studies, dreams are when we are given certain codes of the afterlife. That's why we call it astral planing. When you actually dream, I do believe that at that point you are not alive. You know, that whole like witch riding your back and all these other sayings we got from back in the day. No, that's your soul trying to reach back into the physical vessel. Now, the thing I speak about with dreams is the inception part of it, to make it short and sweet and land it right and open up the floor again. And I appreciate you, beloved. Always. So dreams are when we are able to tap in, as the brother Pierce said, the influx, right? The flooding of the fifth realm, right? Because we are four-dimensional beings living in the third dimensional realm, trying to get our way back to the fifth dimension and beyond. And so now we are given these moments where we can get a code. So why do you think, to land it, there are reasons why you know you had a dream, but you can't remember or explain that dream because you were able to tap in and see things that aren't supposed to come back here. And you know something, even things that we are able to say and come back here, we got to be very, very careful because it's a very, very discreet and very, very designated motion of that code in which you are supposed to crack. It's not always exactly what you think it to be. You can be walking in the flower field whole time. That can mean something completely polar opposite. And so I believe that dreams are when we tap in and we are able to see codes. We are able to see messages. We are able to see worlds and realms and entities that we are not supposed to be able to quite explain. And I believe that's why our loving creator has made it so it's always so confusing for us. It's supposed to be, because no man is supposed to have all the answers. That's why we have these discussions to go ahead and click minds together. I digress. My mic is muted. Rock out, beloved.
Awesome.
Hey, that was well said. And
yeah.
What's your take?
For that being your opinion?
Yeah, that's all. Just in the
I know. For that being your opinion, that was quite well put and very detailed.
Really?
I think it was detailed to the point where you want, where I felt like you truly believe this, and this is what you want to be the truth. Hold on, let me make sure that you can hear me okay, right?
I can hear you just fine. You're loud and clear.
Where you want this to be the truth, and there was no doubt. I like the fact that you had no doubt. You were 100% committed to that belief.
Yes.
Now, whether people believe that same thing that you do or not is inconsequential because you believe it.
Well, see, I believe that things like that is kind of without saying. Like the fact is, there is like I am totally opposed to universal thinking. Totally opposed to
You're
it.
totally opposed to what?
Universal thinking, as in everybody, basically the worldwide hive mind, herd mentality.
Yeah, no.
Universal thinking. I'm against that. No. We're all separate entities. No one star is the same. No one star shines for the same amount of time. The whole nine. But we all do illuminate the night sky.
I
know,
agree.
yeah, you see, that's my view on it. So I don't even like I don't like the whole like, you know how like nowadays everybody's supposed to agree with each other. People will actually not like you. Like actually not like you.
Right.
Because you just like, you're not even disrespecting their headspace. You may even come out and say, you know what, I respect that, but I see it as, and for some reason, like people lose their you see? So that's what I mean. And I believe, yeah, like there is a wave, you know, it's a little wave of universal mentality that's trying to be pushed. And I'm not with that. Because the very moment that we all do that, there will be everything from me, you, and everybody that is stripped of uniqueness. Whatever it is that you have a true passion for, whatever it is, all of that is snuffed out the very moment all of us become and think the exact same all the time. We always just agree. And to be quite honest with you, that's just downright boring. Just to be real with you. It's just downright boring. So I'm just not with the whole universal mentality headspace. Do you have any final thoughts on things before we get up out of here, Alkaline?
Sorry, I was a little distracted. I got a text from
You all right, bro? You all right? You all right? I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I have a few, like I got a few other things I'm gonna do. I don't know. I think I got like a little bit more time. I gotta go just kind of get some stuff around the house done.
Mm-hmm. But as far as look, I think if we had universal thinking, as you said, life would be boring. Number one, extremely boring. As unfortunate as it sounds, we need conflict. We need negativity to show what peace and individuality and positivity look like. You can't have one without the other.
Right.
You can't.
You can't.
You need one to show you what the other is.
I do believe that as well. I am a firm believer that the only way that you know that you're full is to know what it's like to be hungry. The only reason why we know that it's nighttime is because there's something called dawn and day. You see?
Exactly.
Right.
You have to have the yin and yang.
Right.
And without it, it's honestly, without it, it'd be torturous. Can you imagine that? I don't even want to imagine something like that. That's like that's like if the Earth were going around the sun and not spinning, and we had one side to the sun all the time and one side to the dark all the time. All you would have is extreme hot and extreme cold.
I mean, and that in itself is a perfect example of the world, the aqua marble that we all rotate on itself having balance. The fact is that our vegetation needs night just as much as it needs the sun. It needs both. It's a whole working of what we know is called the greenhouse effect and photosynthesis. So these are things that all bring about the balance. And what is it that we are incorporated with? The actual structure of how this world is designed, right? So with that being said, I mean, we already know that is how that's going to work out. That's how that all plays out. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut loose on this one. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Much respect to you, Alkaline. I appreciate you for sliding through, my G. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for letting me up here. You have gotten my mind away from all the thoughts that were going through my head on my daughter's date. And just to give you a little, and here's the thing, and this is for those that watch later on.
How about this, Alkaline? I want to play this for you just real quick. So since you're talking as a dad, I'll go ahead and give you this, all right? Let me go ahead and give you this real. All right, here you go, buddy. No problem.
My father once told me, son, you see silence? Silence is power. Never explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Never waste time proving your worth to those who can't see it. Stay silent, stay focused, and let your success be the loudest response. He taught me that not everyone deserves an explanation, and not every battle is worth fighting. Some people will twist your words, no matter how carefully you speak. Some will doubt you, no matter how hard you prove yourself. That's why silence is a weapon. Because when you stop talking and start doing, the results speak for themselves. So let them doubt you. Let them question you.
Those are some good words right there.
I just wanted to do a little something real quick, you know.
Those are some good words right there. You want to?
All right, so just just make sure you kind of keep.
Yeah, for sure. Because my daughter's mom put some bad thoughts in my head while I was talking with you, and I was like, and then we started talking about balance and so on and so forth, and I had to get my head out. I was getting emotional. I was getting emotional, and I had to get my damn headspace out of where Elizabeth's mom just put it.
Right.
And I had to tell her, do not ever put that energy out there.
Yeah.
Don't put that into the universe, please.
Okay.
Just recant that right now, because this is why I was just so distracted. And I'm not going to tell you what she said. It's just, I'm glad that I was here talking with you. You kept me at an even keel, so I don't go telling my daughter, get your ass back here right now.
You know something? And you want to know one thing that I really do appreciate, to be quite honest with you. That right there means a lot more to me than what you know. Because the stories that I was talking about earlier was all about how men need to know how to control themselves. And you just, you by yourself, you one person, ain't no whole big crowd. That's what's up. Little moments like that, that's what keeps me wanting to do what I do here for us. You see what I'm saying?
That's what keeps me on track with what I want to accomplish, man. That's what keeps me on track. It's stuff like, why do you think I go to you and I go to World? I subscribe to Chocolate and Melissa and all the. I had Elizabeth talking with Melissa and Chocolate. I said, I don't care if you follow them, just listen to what they got to say. These are two strong, very individualistic, free-thinking women. I just need you to hear how they think. You don't have to think like them. Just hear how they think. You know.
Wait. All right, hold on. 1 second. Okay, so you said what now? As far as what? Say that again because I had to grab my alarm. I'm sorry about that.
No, I was just saying, like, I introduced Elizabeth, my daughter. I introduced her to Melissa, and I introduced her to Chocolate.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
And I told her, listen, you don't have to believe what they believe in, but I want you to hear the passion in their voice about what they believe in, how they believe in it.
Right.
You know? I want you to have that same type of energy for yourself. All right. I want you to learn because I'm a man. I'm a man. And you have a piss poor example of a mother figure. I would rather you learn from these two women that I respect. I don't agree with them, but I respect their passion.
Right.
I respect the fact that they know how to be humble.
Right.
But they also know how to be that beacon at the same time. And I just want that type of light coming from her, from Elizabeth. I want her to have that type of influence, not just a good daddy, but I want her to have good women, good role models as women. And these two women that I pointed out are good role models.
Right.
You know, and I meet you guys, I'm comfortable in this crowd because this is the type of crowd even though it was gang life, this was the crowd I was raised by. And a lot of people don't understand. Oh, they hear the word gang and they automatically have negative indentations or negative thoughts about it. And it's not that. All the morals I have were taught to me by the gangs in New York. By black men, black women, Hispanic men, Hispanic women. You know, me and my mom, when I was 11 and 12, I knew it wasn't right. I had to go out on my own. And if it wasn't for these people that taught me my tribalistic ways, honestly, Smitty, I'd be dead.
Really, no. You know, I've said the same thing myself. You know, I said that to myself multiple times over as far as like the things I've been through like quite a bit. But, you know, at the end of it all, I definitely recognize what the benefits were. Are there some like definitely some like negatives, some cons to it? Absolutely.
Oh, most definitely.
But I would say me knowing how to really exacerbate the positives of it is what really has pushed me forward and helped me going. I'm just somebody that I always look at what do I have here, not what don't I have here. Right.
I just hope you guys don't judge me because I already know what's going to happen. I got so many trolls from the sector I come from the boxing sector. You guys are going to hear something that came out of my mouth, and I did say it, but I said it with conviction, and I said it with all my chest. But I'd rather tell you.
Are you warning me of something up front?
Oh, yeah, I'm letting you know. They're going to troll me so hard, they're going to tell you guys about it to try to, like, shock you into, like, shunning me away.
So what happened? Why don't you speak for yourself while we have a quick moment? I'll give it a second.
I told a black woman. All right.
Oh shit! One second.
I told a black woman these exact words. I was
1 second. Cause I just, that's I
know this is why I would rather tell
just
you.
one second. Give me 1 minute and I'll go ahead and let you talk. Just let me get my mind straight for that shit.
You might need another one.
Go ahead. What you got to say?
Well, the version they're going to give you is I
I
said
don't.
I was more.
Wait. Before we do anything, what I would like for you to do is know that the time right now is 9:11 p.m. East Coast Standard Time, and that's a hell of a time for me to get ready to hear what I'm about to hear. Listen.
This is serious. I shouldn't be laughing.
Give
you need to hear
just
it before you hear it somewhere else.
right. All right. So while you're here, you yourself say what you and your thoughts are. All right. So that way, whatever may be heard, the people here already have heard what you have to say strictly and straight from your mouth.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's the best thing if you want to go ahead and have any form of like clarity on what it is that you know is an issue. So go ahead and say what you got to say. All right. You got the floor. Be respectful.
I have to preface this with I told a black woman that I was more black than she was because of my upbringing.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Damn it. Because the people I was raised by would have never pulled the crap she did. It was incomprehensible. I couldn't do that. That's why I do things the way I do. I don't cut video. I don't edit video where it looks a certain way. I don't edit video to race bait. If I throw a video up there, Smitty, I'm gonna play the whole damn thing. And if I'm going to comment on it, I'm gonna play it, pause it, say what I have to say, and then continue the video so nothing is taken out of context, so that they can get the whole description. And I was disgusted by what this woman did by taking a snippet of what somebody said, not me, but what somebody else said. I was there for the whole live. Took a snippet of what somebody else said and made it sound like they were racist and they were talking disgusting.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question, Alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
I am listening to you, and I don't have a judgment. I'm just going to listen and ask questions, and then you answer from there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So whenever what happened,
mm-hmm.
When you said to one of my sisters,
mm-hmm.
I'm more black than you, what exactly did you mean to intend by that? Specifically, outside of you were just trying to get back at her?
I wasn't trying to get back at her. I was trying to make the point that the way I was raised, and I was raised in a black neighborhood by black people and Hispanic
I
people.
get you on that.
This is something that they would not have done or approved of. And I am comfortable. I am comfortable. I'm most comfortable around my brother. Everyone's my brother and sister, but I'm most comfortable around black and Hispanic. Even though I have to fight harder to be around because of my complexion, I don't care. If I have to fight harder, I'll do it. But I'm not going to read a room,
right,
and not say what's in my heart.
Right. Okay.
And that was in my heart.
But
Now,
see, so that's the part. See, I think a lot of people gotta really recognize that that's the number one thing with us. You know, me and my own, that we definitely take to heart is that's what we recognize. It's not what's said, it's where it came from. Did it come from the tongue or did it come from the heart?
No, that came from the heart, Smitty. And I'd
see
rather
what-
tell you myself than you hear it secondhand.
So, do you have the video?
Do I have the video? It wasn't on my stream. I said it on someone else's stream, and I really don't know if it's out there. But I know that the woman that I said it to had probably clipped it and made it sound her own way. But that's okay, because that's
Okay.
what she does.
You clipped it. Do you have the clip piece of?
No,
what
I
you
don't have the
said?
clip. I know what I said, and I know what room I said. I said it in Phantom's room, but it is what it is. I'd have to go back and see if he still has it.
Do you know, like, for example, like us? All right. Do you know what it means to us to be black?
Smitty.
No, wait. I'm not getting
do
on
it.
you. Wait. I'm not getting on you.
No,
I'm
I
not
know.
getting you, Alkaline. I want you to stay with me. Let's not. No, trust me. I'm a very good energy reader. Let's keep it nice and chill. You'll see where I'm going. Right? I'm just asking questions.
Mhm.
Do you know what it means to be black to us?
I know only what I've seen. I can only tell you my story, but for you guys,
No, just let's just say, like, in a sentence, like in like a paragraph, like what you think being black to us means. I'm going to help walk you down a little path so you can understand us better.
well, listen. There's a pride. There's a sense of community. This is what I know. Pride, sense of community, not just familial love, but tribalistic love, because everyone is part of the family if they're in this tribe. That's what I know.
Okay.
That's my upbringing.
Okay.
You
So with us, in a majority standpoint, not every single last one. So with us, what it is what black means to us is to be viewed, like originally, to be viewed as equal amongst our other counterpart peoples throughout here, you know, white, whoever, right? Asian, whoever. To be viewed as equal, because, you know, at one point. So my point is, you just got to recognize, we wouldn't say I'm more black than you. Like, we don't say that to each other. So you see where I'm at? Like,
I see.
So
what you're
just
saying.
so before you get, like, so mind you, right? I think it's better that you at least get like what you should hear about it from somebody like Smitty, who gonna tell it to you respectful, because you know everybody else just gonna want to cuss you out and shit on you.
Mhm.
Right? I ain't yelling at you or nothing. I'm just getting you hip. So the biggest mistake that you made with that is trying to tell one of us ever. Imagine if ever I was to say I'm more Spanish than you. Let's just be for real. It's going to be a little pinch of a nerve that's going to hit there. You're not going to take that too kindly. If I ever say I'm more Spanish than you, nah. And you know something, me personally, and most of us, we know, like, you usually will never hear us say, I'm more white than you. I'm more Asian than you. The only thing we either do is we either don't F with, look, it's either the group of us that don't fuck with y'all, or it's the group of us where it's like, nah, we respect. Nah, we, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you ain't us. Just don't cross that line. You know what words not to say. You know what I mean? Just don't cross them boundaries. So let me ask you this. And this is just a question, just so you can get a better idea of how possibly we could feel, right? All right, my people. Do you believe that saying to one of my sisters, I am more black than you, do you believe that that is equivalent, emotion-wise, possibly, to saying the N-word with the hard ER itself? Do you believe that there can be a correlation between the reaction, not the definition, the reaction? I mean, just be honest. Like, you ain't got to listen. This ain't about acquiescence.
No. I want to take this and I want to answer this, but I want to answer it with my chest. I want to answer it. There's no right or wrong with me.
Right.
It's what you feel, you know, and at the time, what I felt, you know, when I said it was total disgust. Like, because it wasn't about black or white. It was like, my people would never do that. That's what was in my head. My people would never do that. And when I said my people,
wait, Alkaline, and equally, my people would never say that to each other. I'm not going to say never, but like, let's say on the majority, both of us know, you know, everything we're saying is on a mass level, not a totality. All right. All right.
My thing, when I say my people, is like, that wouldn't have even been a thought to practice that. And I pride myself in being raised by good people. It might have been a bad situation, and you know, we had to do bad things to survive, but to survive, when you're at the bottom of the rung, you do what you have to do to survive. But in general, these were good people, honorable people, and they would have never done this to each other at all. That's where I come from. And it just so happens that these people were more melanated than me. They didn't look at they accepted me for who I was. I was a displaced Puerto Rican Dominican that I fit in with them. And they would have never done what this person did that upset me. Now, in retrospect, I shouldn't have said it. In retrospect. But where my heart was at, I can't take it back. I can't take it back because I fucking meant it.
Well, see, that's the thing. So, like, even right now, right? Watch this. So, this is where we really are. All right. So, with statements like that, okay, with statements like that, with you saying to one of my sisters, I'm more black than you, even though you said at that moment, like, you know, there are people who will say, you know what, that was a moment, and I know you say you meant it. Even right now with this moment, this very second, with you being chill, calm, you know, do you still at this very moment have that same energy? Do you still in your heart of hearts?
Absolutely not. No. like I said, in
Is
retrospect,
is it because I'm asking you, and I know you got respect for me, and I know you overall do have, you know, your respect for the black community, right? But I'm just saying, like, really, truly, when you said it, and because that's why I wanted to make sure you said, I said it and I meant it.
Mhm.
Okay.
At that point in time, Smitty, that's how come. This is one of the reasons I wanted to make sure I told you about it. So if you hear
You
it,
got all the time in the world at this point. I'm going to give you, see, the one thing I will not do, I will not shut down the live and not give you the opportunity to go ahead and express and explain your side. I'm gonna leave the stage up for you to express yourself. After this, I'm gone. But
your opinion matters to me a lot.
Respect to you, and I thank you for that. But yeah, I mean, so when you said it, and you said it at that moment, so did you? So listen, my whole thing is just so we can get a clear view. Was it really just a moment of you just felt some kind of way, like you know, maybe it was just one of them days, you know? You know, people don't know what you might have been going through on the outside of it. I don't know.
I understand.
I'm just
what
trying to
you're
paint a picture
I've
of a
had,
possibility. You see,
I've had those moments.
Well,
I've
what
had
was
those moments. I've talked to you about those moments in particular, but
Right.
this was not one of those moments. This was a moment that was within itself. All right. The everything that went through my head, you know, it's like it was disbelief that she said and did what she did. All right. It was total disgust because the people that raised me.
alkaline. And I don't mean to see.
Well, you gotta say it. Just tell me, man. You just gotta.
No, I
tell me.
am. Oh, you better believe I am. It's not. I'm just chill. Listen, one thing I know about these type of topics, man, especially me myself, address it, chill, and calm. I don't want my voice elevated. I don't want it to seem like.
You're angry at me. I'm not. Yeah, you
But
didn't.
don't think for a second I'm not about to. I'm going to say it. It's just nah. We're gonna slow walk it, pace it. Right? All right. So before you said that,
Mhm.
before the very moment that you said it, did you already feel that way? Now I want you to pay attention. When you said it at that moment, and it's on record, you said, I meant it. I meant it with everything. Okay, cool. I then asked you right now, after, post, do you feel that way? You said, oh no.
No,
Before you said it, hold on. So I'm just painting it. So before you said it, did you feel that way in your heart of hearts?
Yes, Smitty, I did.
So before you even said it, you felt that way. No, and thank you for your honesty. That's all. Like here, you look. I swear. Look, I know. It's a little. I know. It's all right. I'm just gonna talk to you. I don't know what everybody else gonna do. I'll just talk to you.
I'll deal with it as it comes, but I'm not gonna deny it, and I'm not gonna lie about it.
All right. So with that being said, my point is, so you did feel that way prior. You felt that way even stronger, I'm sure, while you were saying it in the midst of the moment. And I'm pretty sure for a righteous reason in your heart of hearts. Now you don't feel that way. My question is to give you the floor. What has changed from present to now post? Post is the only emotion, the only difference, because present and pre were the same energy. What changed that energy?
What changed the energy was the fact that I don't think when I said it, I was emotional. I think I was more like, how could you? And then when I said it, I knew right away it was going to come back to bite me in the ass, but I said it and I was going to own it. But when time goes by, you know, I look back on it and I said, that doesn't look good. That's gonna take away a lot that you worked on. You know,
Wait. Ah, shoot.
A lot that I worked on it myself.
Ah, man. Yeah. All right. Oof, boy. Okay. All right. Alkaline. So let me help you out, bud.
No, don't help me.
Okay.
Tell me.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. So I'm gonna help you by telling you. All right. So when you come out and say the reason, because I'm gonna tell you what we are going to hear from that. What we going to hear from that more than likely is, oh, so the energy changed because you know there's backlash on the way. So wait, now let me revise the question. If you knew, one, nobody gonna say nothing. If anything, say you got a whole bunch of kiki and ha-has all in your chat. I mean, people just like, yeah, like, you know, considering you know that the backlash is not going to be, the backlash is not going to be in your favor, right? It's not going to be in your favor. Is that the reason why you have changed your mind on that?
No, it's not the backlash. When I say what I worked on, right? When I say what I worked on, I mean in my life, I have done so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've done so much and worked so hard. And it's amazing how those few words can take away all the work that I've done that was good. And that will be the focal point. And that I do feel bad for.
Right.
You know, because the work I've done and the things I've accomplished, I am proud of. And I will do them all again, no matter what. And I will continue to do what I do because of the love I've had. But those few words, it's going to set me back.
Right.
But I am not going to deny it. I am not going to hide it.
So to
and I will
those,
take responsibility for it.
okay. So to those who would say he's a racist, what are your thoughts to that? I mean, what is your response? Let's just say right now, you can go ahead and say what you have to say behind that. Let's just say folks like, yeah, he racist too. He really one of them.
All I can say is look at my all I got is my body of work. That's all I got.
Okay.
All I have is my upbringing. That's all I have.
There are, you know, there was a coach that She had a really, really good body of work when it came to, I think, like training female athletes. And he had like decades of, you know, what they finally did find out. So my point is, I understand what you say. The body.
I think I know which coach you're talking about.
Yeah, he had the glasses. Yeah, and he with all
stretching techniques.
Yeah, yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
So my point is, all right, so he only got caught decades later. So remember my question when I said, did you feel that way in your heart of hearts prior? See, it's a lot of things that people finally get caught for. You can be a very good diamond jewel thief and, you know, for decades and finally get caught for like a diamond one time or something. And, you know, that's not the only time it's happened or that you are involved with it. That's just the one time it finally came to surface. That is why I asked now, of course, we know like a lot of things with criminal life, and I'm not saying that you are. I'm just giving the analogy metaphorically.
Right.
We do know that most people generally will wound up actually saying, yeah, no, I've regretted so much. But really, do you? And then what do people say? Do you really regret the crime, or do you regret the fact that you're doing the time? And so that's what I think a lot of us, which I'm pretty certain majority of my own, those who will approach you about it just to get your hip. Don't be surprised when you get the whole, nah, you just saying that now because your ass got caught. And you've always been that. And once we see it one time with a lot of us, that's it. Like it ain't like it's now that's, and then it's some of us, it's like, it's whatever. Some of us are indifferent, some don't rock with you, some more not than the other. I don't know. I can't speak for the totality of my people because we are not a monolith. I'm just Smitty.
But you know what?
So I just want to know, but remember, hold on, but remember, it is an audience we're speaking to, so I got to make sure that I make that very, very clear.
Well, Smitty, I can't take it back.
I know you can't take it back, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, my thing is, what I'm telling you, listen, the main thing people, all right, so how about this? Do you feel remorse for what you did? Do you see, like you got to understand, like nobody's like what's done is done. We all know that, right? See, I'm just letting you know, those are going to be the key pinpoint parts that people from my community will go ahead and dissect. Rock out. Do you feel remorse for what you said? All right. Like if she was up here right now, would you apologize
to her?
Correct.
No.
See now, see, and now we just dug
a deeper hole.
Open another sector of the rabbit hole. That's another. Okay, so now we just went on ahead and just made the Goonies tunnel. Okay.
Come on, man.
All right.
Don't do this to me.
No, I'm not doing anything.
No, you're not doing anything. Don't take that away.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay, so why? So now, man, you open this up. All right, so now we're trying to figure this out. Okay, so
one thing.
So the only thing basically that you are concerned about is, that possible kind of cancellation is kind of exile.
I'm not worried about being canceled. I'm worried about the people that I do care. Let me tell you what worries me, so you know exactly where I'm coming from. The people that I do carry, the people I care about, like you, like the sector that graciously accepted me and that I met through you. All right. I'm worried about hurting them. I'm worried about hurting them with my words. But the woman I said it to, no, absolutely not. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Okay.
I do worry about you guys, and I do feel a certain way, and it would hurt me if you guys like just booted me and just said, no, we're done. Don't even bother no more. Because I think highly of all of you, of every last one of you. And like I said, I would rather you hear it from me than hear it someplace else. And then question me about it. Because one thing I will do is tell you the truth. I'll tell you how I felt. I'll tell you how I feel. And I'll tell you like I just did now. To that individual, no. Because that individual has no remorse for hurting anybody. None whatsoever. And it's not a tit for tat thing. It's like, how could you?
So you're saying
you were raised in the same city I was raised in. You were, you supposedly raised about like the same way I was. How is it you can do this? And that's not on my agenda. That's not even on my vision. That was never in the vision of anyone that I knew. But you can do that and it's okay? No. That's how I felt about it. That's how I feel about it. But my love for you guys is where my pain is at. I don't know if you understand where I'm going with that.
No, I do. Kinda. All right. So when you said, what was that last part you said? You said that you felt that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those were all the things transpiring through your mind. Okay, so if you say that, how could you say that? Because you're like, we're supposed to be the same. Then how does it equate for you to say I'm more blacker than you? When your whole argument is you should accept me as one of you. You got the floor.
Damn, Smitty. I didn't think about it like that.
Much respect to you.
Smitty, that's not even cool, dude.
I mean,
Fuck me.
you can respond to that.
I should have thought about that. That fucking Smitty, of course you would come up with that. One of the reasons why I like you so much, man. You got fucking gems. Well, Smitty, you got me thinking.
Respect to you. So do you see how possibly me and my people could view these things?
Yeah, now I have a definite.
You got a better view?
I got a better view.
I mean, after this, you out there with the wolves now. This is a little safer than what it's going to be after this, possibly. I don't know. I don't know how people going to view it, but I know how my people get down. So yeah, just
as long as you know where. I truly believe you know where I was coming from, and I truly believe.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. Our minds are different. No.
True.
I only know what it is.
All night.
I only know, right. I only know what it is that you chose to say tonight. No, I do not know. Only God knows what's in the breast of men. I'm just another man with a breast, as in a heart, for those who don't recognize what that means. All right. So there. Just keep that in mind. Just be careful out here with that. I mean, I'm saying that considering, because look, this is what it's going to come down to, right? You know what's going to come down to is you're going to have to be wound up one of those. You got to make a choice, and all of a sudden we like, dang, you know what? Somebody just going to think, I ain't seen Alkaline in a minute. OT, nah, you still around. You got to move around others because, you know, stuff like that. Then word get around, you know, now everybody closing their doors as you walk down the street. It's a real thing. So let's keep that in mind. But you Gucci though? Anything you want to say?
You got me thinking, man. You got me thinking.
Much respect.
That was your goddamn. Y'all now you got to think about it, brother. You got me thinking now. I mean, now my heart's in a different place, and I mean that my heart's in a different place. It's like,
Much respect. And with that being said, I digress. My mic is muted.
Let's be honest, my nigga. The block probably was my first love. Crazy when they don't love you back, though. Uncommon. The quarterback in the huddle, I call the audibles. We all been through the struggle, I shine for all of us. My nigga locked in that system, he never call it much. Serving life in that prison to God, call him up. On jumpsuit, chop bricks like it's kung fu. Write her name on that visit, she never come through. To death do us part, that's what he thought. Would've been scot-free, told on the squad. If you talking respect, then they yearn the utmost. First they love you and they hate you, man, where the love go? Life lesson, they tell us the kind of blessings. Ain't like a bitch when I fuck her, I'm mad aggressive. Tried college, they make it the first semester. They tell me follow my heart, some shit you just never question. Drug charge, I got a stain on my record. If you talking about cheddar, then pay me extra, uncommon. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go? I guess they don't love me no more, I'm uncommon. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go? Tears in his eyes, he threw the just a finger. Mama did what she could, still no complaining. Selling all of your dope, got us on datings. From a section with niggas, a test your gangster. R.I.P. Joe McKnight, my motivation. In the ghetto, the blood stain on the pavement. 9 racks for a 9-piece, they don't know that language. It's all good, man, they hate when you wanna roll the greatness. Like Shaq and Kobe, yeah, Robert Ory, the old 3 Lakers. Never selling my soul, just want my 40 acres. The boy flow, hungry like his belly aching. Now we driving foreigns to our destination. They tell me I'm the one like I'm Tracy McGrady. We all had hustle, just had like a vacation. Fell in love with Mary Jane, that's forever my lady. Try and throw my dog a bag like I'm Tom Brady. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go? I guess they don't love me no more, I'm uncommon. First they love you, then hate you, man, where the love go?
Bagging this bitch, yeah. Feel like I'm bagging a brick. Was locked for 2 years, my nigga. I swear I feel good just to be bagging the mix. Yeah, nigga, I'm happy as shit. Glory to God, I ain't have to exist. There's always a reason, my nigga. Keep doing what you doing and taking them risks. Yeah, every nigga that I run with is solid. Get caught, they taking they lick. You don't feel safe making that drop, so nigga, you bringing the blick. If you gotta die just to survive, then you should be calling it quits. I know you trying to get back on your feet, my nigga. It's hard as a bitch. Yeah, nigga. I made a choice to get money, and bitches I used to fuck told me I'm starting to act funny. I put it up for them rainy days, so you know a nigga popping out when it's sunny. I made it to the 10th grade, but I dropped out cause them schools wasn't for me. Yeah, nigga, I had to channel my vision, no suit and tie, but I handled my business. My daughter cried when they gave me my sentence. They set me down, was away for a minute. Demon time, had to pray for forgiveness, and for the record, they should put me in Guinness. Took a while just to give me 100. You should know how long it took me to get it. You was round, nigga, you was a witness. Yeah, you was addicted. I was serving, nigga, you was an addict. Was trying to turn a G-Shock to a Paddock. It's shocking to me that you say you want static. My niggas known to turn beef to a patty. So if it's wall, I'ma roll me a fatty. My goons ready, I'ma send him your addy. Yeah, nigga, I got the shit in the headlock. If you fucking with the feds, then it's off. Put your head along with your dreadlock. Don't care if we cool, if you rat on the crew, then you just as good as a dead out. Nigga got hit with the 30, yeah, they did him dirty. He gone, he bled out. Yeah.
What's up, King, nigga? We back in this bitch. Let's go.
back in this bitch. I'm about to black on this shit. Shout out my nigga, he back on the bricks and we suited and booted, no slacking this shit. Yeah, I was the one that turned nothing from something. I used to trap with them nicks, cutting up coke and running them fix. Lying hard, I ain't running from shit. You crossed the line, broke my hands tied. I cried a river when my mans died. So I can't just win, dawg. I gotta do it by a landslide. I lit the dark like a campfire. Got silver bullets for you vampires. I read his posture, I could see you frontin'. I hit him up like I needed something. King sent the text, say he got something to wreck. And I'm a demolition man, my nigga, so what you expect? We breaking jaws, we breaking laws, you look wrong, nigga, breaking your neck. And I do it without breaking a sweat, getting tired of taking a breath. I gotta make sure that needs is met. In other words, bro, don't get in between, cause I do you dirty and pull off clean. I come out the mud like Andy Dufresne. All these niggas, they done grew to be fiends. All these bitches, they just wanna be seen. Pass the rock if you wanna be team, but I know the place, so I watch for the screen. I'm the light, all you see is the beam. I do it big, but it always a dream. Niggas hating, boy, they plotting they scheme, but don't miss if you come for the king. I put a round at the top of your crown. It's only us at the top of the mound. Niggas be loud, but they don't got a sound. I get the money, I was lost, now I'm found. Find myself by myself, so I'm low, I'm in stealth. I don't do it for a chain, boy, I do it for the belt. Yeah.
So hard.